in a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers. The final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss, there wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anawa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever, and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a steel cage match. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal Steele.
I'm not even sure the cage can contain this man.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds,
because Maivia is a true brawler.
Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside a steel cage, but I believe the High Chief is ready.
Maivia carrying such pride into the ring.
Very stark contrast to Steel.
We'll see which prevails tonight.
High Chief Peter cage match. Quite a heated history between these two guys.
Yeah, Michael, and I think it's because Maivia is one of the few superstars brave enough to take on the animal. Most of their contests have ended in countouts or disqualifications. Thanks to the cage, we'll get a decisive victory in this one.
Well, that really depends on if a cage can even contain them.
Stretching and tearing at all the ligaments in the leg.
The High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles.
Oh yeah, Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui.
Peter Maivia now with the upper hand.
Yeah, and Maivia has really figured the animal out here.
Oof.
Piercing the throat.
Simple but effective side headlock takeover. Really wrenching it.
Gets the reversal. What a counter. Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Maivia is very close to the Anawa'i family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that clan.
When you add on the fact that Maivia was born and raised in Samoa, you can see the great pride he has for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body.
We've seen that Steel isn't above using a foreign object to gain the edge against Maivia, so he's got to have the advantage in a match where they're surrounded by one huge weapon, right?
Well, you'd think that, Cole, but think about how these men prepared for this match. The High Chief is a consummate professional who's game planned for this stipulation. And Steel, well, I think he just shows up to the arena and asks who he's fighting.
The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before when it was against the rules. The High Chief better be prepared for Steel to get even crazier.
Oh, Maivia's prepared, all right. The man is extremely tough and agile. In fact, the High Chief's entire body can be considered a weapon.
Maivia overwhelming his opponent here.
And you can see Steel is struggling to weather the storm with the High Chief. Oh, what a right!
Yeah, that's some attitude behind.
Haymaker after haymaker.
Oh, he had that scouted. Giving up now is not an option. They have to finish this.
The animal may be wounded prey at this point.
The High Chief closing in on a successful hunt. Ooh!
Who will break first? That was the question.
The willpower, the sheer guts of these two.
Oh, ouch! Jarring European uppercut.
Boom!
Maivia just dominated the animal with that one.
Got the cover.
Is it enough to close this out?
Kicks out.
It's just pure instinct at this point.
Lariat! Good Lord!
That was nasty.
George the Animal Steel is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the animal.
But you know who might be a better brawler, guys? The High Chief Peter Maivia. When you consider that Maivia is also an excellent high flyer and a great technician, well, you can see why the High Chief is the favorite in this match, even with the steel cage stipulation.
And all he has to do is finish getting over the top of the cage, and he's home free.
Now for the hard part.
He can taste victory now.
Bam! Battling on the top.
And each cage takes more and more energy to accomplish.
The summit of this steel cage.
Flying, he fails to connect. George Animal Steel might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost the match by countout to the High Chief.
In Steel's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly, or how to read a rule book. So he's got to be happy to be in this cage.
Well, Maivia is called the High Chief in part because of his commanding presence in the ring. He's more than ready for what the animal will throw at him, even inside a cage.
Mistake made by Steel. George beats him to the punch. What an interception.
Into a dragon screw leg whip.
Kick to the gut creates separation. Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him.
He wants it one more time. Oh, back first. No way Steel's coming back from that.
And now propped up in the corner. Vicious headbutt.
My goodness, is this even legal?
I don't think so. Oh, look at this ruthlessness in the bottom turnbuckle. Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow.
Wards that off. What a response.
No, nothing fancy here. Tasting victory.
Turns it around and the shoulders are down.
I guess he doesn't think he's done enough damage to put this one away yet.
Headbutt. Oh, not done yet. A second and a third, too.
And now a third. Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Maivia and Steel as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching.
And Steel is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur. Folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal.
Momentum is all with Maivia now.
Can Steel recover from this adversity? Got him in the corner now.
Peerless position for him to be in here. Doing whatever it takes to win, and we're about to see it.
Suplex. Jarring impact. When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Maivia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment.
Single leg takedown. Stepping through into a step over toe hold.
He's in a bad position now.
Resisting as much as he can, but for how much longer?
So much for the submission hold. He just lets go.
His grip strength might have run out.
Oh, what impact.
Elbow completely cuts them off.
Shoulder tackle. Into the bed. George is trying to seal this one up. His arm shot off the mat before one.
What is it going to take to put him away?
He's looking for yet another exclamation mark.
Breaker.
Maivia can taste it now.
Two. And they're still in this.
Where in the world is he getting this from?
His beating heart will not be stopped.
And I think to get the pinfall, you have to try that maneuver one more time. He's got him in trouble up on the top for a nasty arm drag. Peter Maivia now with the upper hand.
Maivia just smothering his opponent with offense. In a vulnerable position here, caution is paramount.
Perched here on the highest point of the cage. And he's straddling the top of the cage, just feet away from making it to the outside.
This is what he's been training for. This moment right here.
Starting to ascend the steel cage. And the High Chief defeats the animal.
these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage is